A fifth of all the world's oil passes through a stretch of water just 21 miles wide. Right now, China, Russia, and Iran are drilling military operations in that exact choke point, while American carrier strike groups move toward the same region. So is this the start of a new world order, or the most dangerous game of naval chess in a generation? What you're watching is the Maritime Security Belt exercise, an annual joint naval drill between China, Russia, and Iran, now in its 8th iteration since 2019. This year, it's taking place in the Strait of Hormuz and the northern Indian Ocean near Iran's Chabahar port. And the timing? It couldn't be more loaded. Stay with me because the implications go far beyond a routine military exercise. Here's why the West is paying close attention. This isn't a one-off show of force, it's a pattern. Since 2019, China, Russia, and Iran have been quietly building military interoperability year by year, drill by drill. And the 2026 edition arrives at a peak tension. The U.S. has been flowing forces into the Middle East, including the Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group, amid talk of potential military action against Iran's nuclear program. What makes this drill particularly provocative to Western planners is the location. The Strait of Hormuz is not just any waterway, it is the artery of global energy supply. Close it or destabilize it, and oil markets worldwide convulse. The presence of Russian and Chinese warships there, right as the U.S. postures for possible conflict, is a direct message. You are not alone in these waters, and you are not unchallenged. Top Russian official Nikolai Patrushev framed it explicitly, calling the drill proof that BRICS should be given a full-fledged strategic maritime dimension, war zone. This isn't just naval training, it's geopolitical signaling at the highest level. So what does each country actually get from this alliance? Iran gets legitimacy and a security blanket. With U.S. pressure mounting over its nuclear program and sanctions choking its economy, being flanked by 2 permanent UN Security Council members during a crisis is enormously valuable, politically and militarily. Russia benefits from breaking its post-Ukraine isolation narrative. Holding exercises with China in a strategically vital region reinforces Russia's claim to still being a global naval power and complicates any U.S. military calculus regarding Iran. China gains the most subtly, but perhaps most profoundly. Beijing gets real-world interoperability training, expanded presence in the Indian Ocean and Persian Gulf, regions critical to its Belt and Road energy interests, and it does so without formally picking a fight. China frames the drills as anti-piracy and humanitarian. The exercises officially include maritime target strikes, damage control, search and rescue, and visit board seize and search operations, global times. All defensible, all dual use. Meanwhile, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Oman, Pakistan, and South Africa have participated as observers, Euronews, a growing list of nations willing to at least watch, if not join, an alternative security architecture. Here is the truly striking part. U.S. defense analysts are not panicking over the raw firepower in these drills. Experts note that the presence of a small number of Russian and Chinese ships in the Strait of Hormuz does not pose a significant direct threat to U.S. interests, but could complicate efforts to attack Iran, war zone. That's the key word, complicate. You don't need to match the U.S. Navy ship for ship. You just need to introduce enough uncertainty, enough political risk, enough of a chance that a missile aimed at an Iranian facility might accidentally hit a Chinese destroyer, and suddenly the decision calculus in Washington changes entirely. This is what strategists call escalation management through presence, and the 2026 drill has taken it further than ever. Iran's IRGC is deploying armed drones capable of engaging both air and sea targets, described as among their newest strategic platforms, in significant numbers, war zone. Russia sent a helicopter carrier. China's guided missile destroyer is operating alongside them. The message is not, "We can defeat you." The message is, attacking Iran is no longer a clean operation. This is how the world's power structure shifts, not in a single dramatic battle, but in a slow accumulation of exercises, presence, and raised costs. So what's the bottom line? The Maritime Security Belt drills represent something real and growing, a loose but increasingly practiced military coalition of nations outside the Western-led order, staking a claim to the world's most critical waterways. Whether it's the beginning of a true new world order or a strategic bluff remains to be seen, but every year the question gets harder to dismiss. So what do you think? Is this naval alliance a genuine challenge to Western dominance, or is it more bark than bite? Drop your take in the comments below. If you want more geopolitical analysis that cuts through the noise, subscribe and hit the like button. It really does help. See you in the next one.